What if I told you that becoming rich has nothing to do with massive breakthroughs and everything to do with getting 1% better every single day? No lottery ticket, no crypto moonshot, no grind 19 hours a day nonsense. All you need is just 1%. Because here's the deal. If you improve 1% every day for a year, mathematically, you don't become 365% better, you become 37 times better. That's not motivational fluff, that's compound growth. And the reason most people stay broke? They underestimate small improvements and overestimate big moves. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to get 1% richer every single day in mindset, skills, assets, and leverage without needing a six-figure salary. And if you follow everything I mention in the video, I am 100% sure you'll never look at small actions the same way again. Let's get into it. Rule number 1, master assets and liabilities, the foundation. To kick things off, there's a saying I absolutely love. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities. The middle class buys liabilities thinking they're assets. And the first thing I want to start with is assets versus liabilities, because it is the foundation of everything I explain in this video. Assets and liabilities is a topic I've already discussed in our Financial Freedom playlist, and I'll dive deeper into it in our upcoming videos. But today we're making it tactical. And let me explain something important about money. Getting 1% richer every day doesn't mean making more money. It means increasing the percentage of your life that produces income instead of consuming it. Let's make a small comparison to help you understand what I'm talking about. Two people both make $60,000 per year. Person A upgrades their car. Person B buys $300 worth of dividend ETFs monthly. 5 years later, Person A has a depreciated car. Person B has a growing income-producing machine. The difference isn't income, it's direction. So how does this work in real life? Here's your 1% move. Every day, ask one simple question before you spend money. Is this making me richer or just entertained? That single pause changes behavior. Now, before I explain more, you need to understand that although what I'm saying might seem like a no-brainer, it's actually not as easy as most people make it out to be. Because we are wired for dopamine. Amazon, Uber Eats, Affirm financing, treat yourself culture. I know many people who make this mistake. They think wealth is about income. It's not. It's about allocation. 1% richer daily means redirecting small amounts of money into assets, increasing asset awareness, tracking net worth weekly. That's it. Nothing sexy. But compounding is sexy later. And if you think this is small, wait until you see how this compounds when we layer skill leverage on top. Because if assets are the engine, then your skills are the fuel. Rule number 2, increase your earning power 1% daily. Let me give you the mistake I used to make, and then I'll give you the solution. I used to think saving money was the only path to wealth. Cut coffee, cancel subscriptions, meal prep aggressively, and yes, saving matters. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You cannot budget your way into massive wealth. You must increase earning capacity. This advice is nonsense. You can't just save more if your income is capped. And listen carefully now, because I'm going to explain something that relates to all wealth building, not just income. Money follows value, and value follows skill. If you increase your marketable skills 1% daily, you increase your income ceiling. That means reading 10 pages daily, watching one high-quality finance or business breakdown, practicing a monetizable skill, things like sales, marketing, AI tools, editing, coding. Small daily improvements in skill compound into negotiation power. So let's break this down together. If you increase your earning power by 10% in 1 year, not insane, just 10%, that's an extra $6,000 on a $60,000 salary. Invest that difference annually at 8% return for 20 years. You're looking at well over $275,000 just from the raises alone. That's what 1% daily skill stacking looks like. So your action step. Spend 30 focused minutes per day improving a monetizable skill. Not scrolling. Not passive YouTube watching. Intentional skill development. And if you think that sounds boring, good. Because boring consistently beats exciting inconsistently. Now let's level this up. Because earning more is powerful. But owning more, that's transformational. Rule number 3. Build ownership, not just income. Basically, what that means is this. You don't get rich from working. You get rich from owning. Working generates cash flow. Ownership generates wealth. It has been proven time and again that equity, not salary, creates millionaires. Look at stock market millionaires. Look at real estate investors. Look at business owners. They own pieces of systems. So how does ownership work? Let me give you an example so you can fully understand. You work for a company. They pay you $70,000, but the company makes millions. Why? Because ownership captures upside. Your 1% daily move here, increase ownership percentage of your life. That might mean buying fractional shares, starting a micro online asset, investing in index funds, building a side income system. Ownership doesn't require quitting your job tomorrow. It requires starting. Even $10 invested is ownership psychology. And psychology is powerful because once you see yourself as an owner, your decisions shift. And speaking of psychology, we need to address the biggest reason people fail at the 1% rule. It's not math, it's identity. Rule number 4, shift your financial identity. I want you to listen to me carefully. Wealth is not built by strategies. It's built by identity. If you see yourself as bad with money, you will subconsciously sabotage growth. Let me explain this to you clearly. If someone who identifies as fit misses one workout, they adjust. If someone who identifies as lazy misses one workout, they quit. Same action, different identity. So how do you become 1% richer daily? Adopt the identity of an investor, of an owner, of someone who makes decisions aligned with long-term wealth. Here's your 1% move. Each morning ask, what would a wealthy version of me do today? That question rewires behavior because wealth isn't an event. It's a pattern, and the pattern starts in your head. Now that we've built the psychological foundation, let's talk about leverage because leverage is where 1% becomes explosive. Rule number 5, use leverage intelligently. Although what I'm saying might seem like a no-brainer, it's actually not as easy as most people make it out to be. Leverage can build wealth or destroy it. There's financial leverage, and there's skill leverage. Financial leverage equals debt used wisely. Skill leverage equals tools and systems multiplying your output. Let's make a small comparison. Two people both work 40 hours per week. Person A works manually. Person B uses AI tools, automation, templates, and distribution platforms. Same time, different output. 1% richer daily means constantly asking, how can I do this once and get paid repeatedly? That question creates systems, not hustles. Systems, and systems compound. Now, if that idea just shifted something in your brain, wait until you understand how time allocation affects wealth at a microscopic level, because this next rule is where most people lose decades. Rule number 6, fix your time allocation, the silent wealth killer. Here's the deal. You don't have a money problem. You have a time allocation problem. And I know many people who make this mistake. They obsess over budgeting $40 while wasting 4 hours a night scrolling. And I want to explain something important about money. Money is just stored time. Every dollar in your bank account represents hours of your life. So if you waste time, you're leaking future money. Let's make a small comparison to help you understand what I'm talking about. Two people both work 9 to 5. Person A goes home and decompresses with 3 hours of Netflix, scrolling, and random YouTube rabbit holes. Person B goes home and invests 90 minutes into skill building, networking, or building a small digital asset. 5 years later, same job. Very different life trajectory. It has been proven time and again that even 60 to 90 minutes of focused learning per day compounds massively over years. Now, before I explain more, you need to understand that I'm not saying you should never relax. We all need a break sometimes, I get it, and you can't hustle 18 hours a day without burning out. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you gave your future self 1 focused hour daily for the next 3 years, you'd barely recognize your income. Your 1% daily move. Track your time for 7 days. No judgment, just awareness. Then reallocate 60 to 90 minutes daily toward wealth building activity. Skill, ownership, networking, health, that's it. And if that stung a little, good. Because what I'm about to show you next is even more uncomfortable. Rule number 7, micro-invest. Like it's 2026, not 1996. Pay attention now because I'm going to explain something that relates to all investing, not just stocks. Most people think investing requires large amounts of money. It doesn't. It requires consistency. Let me give you the mistake I used to make, and then I'll give you the solution. I used to wait. I'll invest when I have more. That mindset costs people years. So how does micro-investing work? Let me give you an example so you can fully understand. If you invest just $10 per day, that's $300 per month. At an 8% average annual return, after 25 years, you're looking at over $285,000 from $10 a day. That's not a six-figure salary. That's consistency. The good news is that I have a simple solution for you, and all you need to do is automate it. Automatic investing, automatic transfers. Remove willpower. Because willpower fades, automation compounds. Here's your 1% richer move. Set up a daily or weekly auto transfer into broad index funds, low-cost ETFs, retirement accounts, or even fractional shares. And if you think $10 is too small to matter, that's exactly why most people never start. But here's what they miss. Micro-investing isn't about the amount. It's about identity. You become someone who invests, and that identity compounds into larger decisions later. Now, we just talked about financial growth, but let me hit you with something most finance channels ignore. Rule number 8. Your health is a wealth multiplier. I want you to listen to me carefully. You cannot build wealth if you are chronically exhausted. You cannot think clearly if your energy is garbage. Let me explain this to you clearly. High income requires high output. High output requires high energy, and energy is physical. Let's break this down together. If improving your health increases your daily output by even 5%, that's more productivity, more ideas, more execution, more income potential. Oh, and there's a saying I love. The body is the first business you own. Your 1% richer move here. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. Lift weights 3 to 4 times per week. Drink more water. Reduce processed junk. That's not fitness advice. That's financial strategy. Because the sharper you feel, the better your decisions. And decision quality determines wealth trajectory. Now, if you thought that was simple, wait until you realize how much money your environment is costing you. Rule number 9, control your environment. Wealth is contagious. Here's the deal. Your environment either expands your wealth or shrinks it. Let's make a small comparison. Person A hangs around people who complain about work, inflation, and how everything is rigged. Person B spends time around people building businesses, investing, or improving skills. 5 years later, completely different mindset. It has been proven time and again that social circles influence income, habits, and ambition. I know many people who make this mistake. They underestimate the influence of proximity. You don't need rich friends. You need growth-oriented ones. So here's your 1% daily move. Follow smarter voices. Join online communities. Read biographies. Consume high-level conversations. Because influence shapes identity, and identity shapes income. But wait. This next rule might be the most overlooked wealth accelerator of all. Rule number 10. Control your information diet. Now look, I gotta make this crystal clear. Your brain is an investment account. Whatever you deposit into it daily grows. If you deposit fear, you get hesitation. If you deposit outrage, you get distraction. If you deposit knowledge, you get leverage. Now, before I explain more, you need to understand that most people consume information accidentally. Endless scrolling, headline addiction, drama. That's mental junk food. Let me explain this to you clearly. If you spend 30 minutes daily consuming high-quality financial education, that's over 180 hours per year. That's like attending a semester-long college course annually for free. So here's your 1% richer move. Replace 30 minutes of low-value scrolling with books, market analysis, business breakdowns, investment strategy. Information compounds faster than money because it changes how you deploy money. And speaking of deployment, this next concept ties everything together. Rule number 11, build a wealth flywheel. All right, let's break this down together. A flywheel is a system where each action makes the next action easier. Here's how 1% richer daily becomes explosive. You improve skill. Skill increases income. Income increases investment. Investment increases assets. Assets produce cash flow. Cash flow funds more skill building. That's a loop. That's momentum. And momentum beats motivation every time. If you follow everything I've mentioned in the video, I am 100% sure you'll start seeing money differently. Not as something you chase, but something you structure. Rule number 12, calibrate risk. Stop playing too safe. Let me explain something important about money. Most people don't fail financially because they take too much risk. They fail because they take the wrong kind of risk. Put it this way. Buying a brand new $45,000 car at 12% interest, That's risk. Starting a small side skill that costs you time but builds upside, that's leverage. Another saying I love, the biggest risk is staying comfortable. Let's make a small comparison to help you understand what I'm talking about. Person A avoids investing because the market is risky, so they hold cash. Inflation quietly eats 3 to 4% per year. 10 years later, they've lost purchasing power without realizing it. Person B invests consistently in diversified index funds. Yes, markets fluctuate, but historically, over long time frames, diversified markets trend upward. Listen carefully now because I'm going to explain something that relates to all wealth, not just investing. Wealth requires calculated exposure, not gambling. Exposure. Here's your 1% richer move here. Every week, ask yourself, am I avoiding growth because I'm afraid or because it's truly irrational? That question alone can unlock action. Now, before I explain more, you need to understand that risk isn't just financial. It's social, it's emotional, it's reputation-based. Starting something new makes you uncomfortable, but staying stagnant makes you invisible. And invisibility doesn't compound. Now, let's talk about something that silently sabotages nearly everyone who starts earning more. Rule number 13. Defeat lifestyle inflation, the quiet killer. I know many people who make this mistake. They finally get a raise and immediately upgrade their life. Better apartment, new car, more subscriptions, more dining out, and they wonder why they still feel broke. Let me give you the mistake I used to make, and then I'll give you the solution. I used to reward every income increase with consumption. That's emotional spending disguised as success. And seriously, if your expenses rise at the same rate as your income, you never actually get richer. You just look richer. Let's break this down together. If you increase income by $10,000 per year and invest 70% of that increase instead of spending it, over 20 years, that difference compounds massively. So here's your 1% daily move. Every time income increases, bonus, raise, side hustle money, automatically allocate a percentage toward assets before upgrading lifestyle. Although what I'm saying might seem like a no-brainer, it's actually not as easy as most people make it out to be, because lifestyle upgrades feel good, but net worth upgrades feel better later. And if you master this rule, you create a widening gap between income and expenses. That gap, that's where freedom lives. But we're not done, because there's a psychological layer most people ignore. If this shifted your mindset even slightly, comment the words, "I will be rich," below. That tells me you're not chasing overnight success. You're building inevitability. The next logical step is understanding how to deploy your first $1,000 correctly, because getting 1% better is powerful. But directing capital strategically is transformative. So in the next video, I'm breaking down exactly what to do with your first $1,000 to accelerate wealth without gambling it away. Trust me, you don't want to guess on that one. So we'll see you over there.